Dean Barker, though, America's victor before, just trying to hang on to the lead, but when the two teams jive in and they reach the course boundary, that's where we're going to see Artemis Racing Red pounce.
Yeah, that is Nathan Outridge on the helm of Artemis Racing Red. He won a gold medal in the 49er class. The two boats now jibing for their downwind sailing. Nice puff on the Artemis boat. Are they going to be able to roll Emirates Team New Zealand, who then get the puff as well? The two of them neck and neck. And a lovely little view of the Ben Ainslie Racing JP Morgan team right in front of us here on Marina Green. Well done, Ben. We look forward to watching you race. Give them a round of applause, folks.
Well, this match a lot closer than we saw in the previous two pre-starts. It was dead even at the start, almost neck and neck at the top mark. Emirates Team New Zealand just barely ahead. Where Artemis Racing Red is right into a barely a length separating these two teams. Artemis Racing Red sailing a lot higher angle, trying to get up the breeze of the Kiwis. And they reeled them in.
We are just getting some of the data. Around the top mark, there was a 2.4 second lead to Emirates Team New Zealand. The two teams now sailing downwind, both of them sailing very well indeed. Between the two of them, 40 metres at 30 knots or 35 miles an hour disappears pretty quickly. For those of you who have recently passed your driving test, you will know braking distances very well.
I know, I wonder too sometimes.
I can do better. I can do better than that. I'll do better.
Maybe it's time for your albatross joke.
No.
Well, into the leeward gates, Emirates Team New Zealand has held on to a good lead. But as Andy mentioned, that's a relative turn speed. One mistake, one wrong way. And we can see Artemis Racing Red, like look at that, right there. Pulling forward quite strong, into the leeward gates.
Oh, Emirates Team New Zealand, they got a little problem there, don't they? That is that Emirates Team New Zealand take it down, they're unrolling they're rolling up their spinnaker, preparing for the final approach. They didn't quite get that last layline, right? Yeah, they're very slow, so that has given an opportunity to Nathan Outridge on Artemis Racing Red, as he is at full cap. And the Emirates Team New Zealand will have lost a little bit of their advantage, but I think they've squeezed out a nice little lead as they come around the bottom mark. It is still advantage to the boys from across the Pacific Ocean from New Zealand.
Well, and as Terry Hutchinson mentioned when he was up here, this is survival conditions for these teams. So a very slow takedown is actually well advised. They are taking it easy just to keep the boat in one piece, keep it from capsizing, and try and get around the course. So a bit more conservative for the team, and it's understandable.
Okay, the two of them now sailing upwind. It looks like Artemis Racing Red have chosen the offshore position. I like that. Towards Alcatraz, and Emirates Team New Zealand have come inshore. The reason I like the offshore position is there is more current going out of the bag.
There you can see darker water offshore. That means more wind. That means more speed. As Artemis Racing Red attacks now, here's where we'll see the deltas, the two teams converge.
If I block anything for you guys, you can see what I got instead.
Okay, while the boats are heading upwind, Emirates Team New Zealand are on port. They are getting hit with a big gust right there as they come upwind. And have a look on the water. If you look down by the peninsula, right in front of the wave organ, there is a big puff of breeze rolling all the way down the peninsula side. And it's darker water is when there is more breeze. The two boats now coming together. Emirates Team New Zealand, are they ahead? Looks like they are just ahead. Close though.
Yeah, a lot closer.
Now the problem with what the Artemis Red team did when they went offshore for better tide is, where there's better tide, there is also bigger waves. And so that is bad for the boats because they bash up and down in those bigger waves. So some of the advantage that you get from having a couple of knots of extra current underneath you is negated by the fact that you have to sail the boat a bit more gently and it's bashing around in those waves. And it looks like it has not been a good leg for the Artemis Racing Red team. You can identify the boats by the flags that they have on top of their wing sails, the New Zealand flag on top of the red wing sail of Emirates Team New Zealand.
Here's a trick question. Which flag are on top of the Swedish boat?
That'll be the Swedish flag. The blue and green Swedish flag. It keeps the questions nice and simple for me.
I gotta keep it lowbrow.
Okay, the two boats now coming together, but just as they do that, Emirates Team New Zealand, well, it actually looks like the Artemis team has made a bit of a gain again. The Emirates Team New Zealand has gone out into bumpier conditions, and now look at them coming back together. It looks very close indeed.
And of course, under the rules, Emirates Team New Zealand has the rights, which is important for them, because when it's this close, the boat on the right is in the right. Look for the Swedish team to duck and avoid them. But Andy, you're right, it is getting closer.
No question. The Swedish team have come back with them. I think there's probably still 6 or 7 moments. While we're here, we just want to say thank you to some of our sponsors. The Moët Shore North Champagne Lounge, Napa Valley, Lexus, Garmin, Kaiser Permanente, obviously Louis Vuitton, one of the most important sponsors for the America's Cup. They've been involved in America's Cup racing since 1983.
I like this list of sponsors. Wine and champagne, and you can jump in your Lexus, and then as Kaiser Permanente take care of you.
Oh, Tucker, that is brilliant. That's for the day.
That's no accident. They think about how to sponsor relations around here. It's very important.
We're not going to recommend any of that. Don't do that, though, folks. Okay, Emirates Team New Zealand crossing ahead of Artemis Racing Red. It's about a 5 or 6 boat team. Emirates Team New Zealand are saying very nicely. They'll keep it real and bring it into this slightly through the water. You see between us and racing busy boats through the water, and that is clearly what the teams are actually going for, because that bumpy stuff is not good. It's not good for the flow of the wind across their sails, and it's not good for the speed of the hulls in the water, because every time you bash against one of those waves, it slows the boat down. Okay, Emirates Team New Zealand now attacking for their final approach. Are we going to see the spinnaker going up on this final approach? Yes, we do. On
the medical team. I mean, there's something you don't see very often. That gives you an idea of the level of danger. These guys are racing in crash helmets and life jackets. Oh, slow tack for Artemis, guys.
yeah, not good.
Very slow. And they're stopped dead in the water. The boat is stalled. Oh no.
They parked it up completely. They just hit 2 bad waves. If you misjudge it, that is what happened. The boat slowed down. Now they accelerate, but not good from them at all.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. If they just kept close to this final run, they could have reeled in New Zealand.
New Zealand taking it very gently on that fairway. You saw they just eased their jib. They waited until they were very comfortable because they knew they had a decent lead. Now they unroll that downwind Jenica and they're off downwind. Nice puff. Look at that. Ooh. Big power down. Careful. They got a nice lead. No need to do anything dangerous here as they go downwind towards the yellow Louis Vuitton timing boat, and then they'll roll up their spinnaker for the final dash towards the peninsula for the finish. Okay, well,
now the Emirates Team New Zealand just has to keep it together, and as we mentioned, conditions a lot tougher than it looks. Just keep it together. Final jibe, very conservative there. Look at that. They'll jibe slowly around the final turning mark. Not much left for Nathan Alvarez and the boys. Artemis Racing to catch up as the race winds down.
Artemis doesn't risk crashing, they don't have a chance.
For the New Zealand boat now, we've got a very comfortable lead after that mistake for the Artemis Racing red boat.
Okay, they don't have a chance.
Emirates Team New Zealand now on their final approach towards the finishing line. No more Spinnaker, they'll keep it up, but they keep it rolled. Here they go for final moments.
Oh, beautiful job for Emirates Team New Zealand. They'll take the Rose race, folks, particularly down the peninsula. Let them hear you. Emirates Team New Zealand.